Mitt Romney and Ryan drawing a huge crowd in Michigan. And get this.
I love being home in this place where Ann and I were raised, where both of us were born. No one's ever asked to see my birth certificate. They know that this is the place that we were born and raised.
Right on, right on, right on.
Taking it to the streets.
Reverend Allen and Sweet.
Taking it to the streets.
Taking away the heat.
Taking it to the streets.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Taking it to the streets.
I know I joke too much about your mother. Said you never, ever march nowhere. But now it's you and I together, wearing that soft and silky underwear. And food, yeah. I'll write down a list of my favorite treats. You're gonna find out I'm the only one who makes them see.
Taking it to the streets.
Taking it to the streets.
Taking it to the streets.
Listening to me preach.
Taking it to the streets.
Watching that Jesse week.
Taking it to the streets.
Keeping it on the street.
Taking it to the streets.
Someone massage my feet.
Taking it to the streets.
Where's something to eat?
Taking it to the streets.
Rubbing out in a sweet.
Taking it to the streets.
Taking away the heat.
Taking it to the streets.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What's this in the news? I'm leaving this place. I can't believe they're trying us in New York, New York. A real jury trial is more to my taste. We'll make George Bush the heart of it. New York, New York. I want to shout out in a courtroom and get on TV. Holder doesn't know he's terrorist from the U.S. Army. These Club Gitmo blues are melting away. You must throw out the evidence. New York, New York. Because they didn't Mirandize me. They waterboarded and put bumps on my feet. I should sue you. New York, New York. Look out, Broadway, here I come. New York, New York. I want to show up in a courtroom dressed like a sheik and drag it out day after day, week after week, month after month. I was going to plead guilty before, but not now. New York, I might get a hung jury, be acquitted, and get released, and drive a cab in New York, New York, New York.
Why would the most anti-gun administration in history sell thousands of firearms to Mexican drug lords, killing more innocent people than Janet Reno did at Waco? Find out in Operation Fast and Furious, starring Attorney General Eric Holder as the mastermind behind it all.
What's my line? Again, please.
Starring Attorney General Eric Holder as the...
I probably heard about Fast and Furious for the first time over the last few weeks.
Starring Eric Holder, who was just hanging around when his handpicked team sold thousands of illegal firearms to the worst criminals ever, so they could catch them after they fled Mexico. Operation Fast and Furious, a crappy film that will never be reviewed by the mainstream media. So don't wait for it on DVD or Blu-ray.
Congressman, guns don't kill people. I do.
Hi, folks. How are you? Views expressed by the host on this program, documented to be almost always 99.7% of the time right. Broadcast excellence, straight ahead.
And now, from sunny South Florida, it's Open Line Friday.
That's right. And we'll get to the phones in earnest in this hour. Telephone number 800-282-2882. And the email address, lrushmo@eibnet.com. Open Line Friday, pretty much no restrictions on the callers. That's not the case Monday through Thursday. Interesting story today from, what is this? USA Today. Obama has millions of fake Twitter followers. Wait till you hear this. President Obama's Twitter account has 18.8 million followers, but more than half of them really don't exist. According to reports, a new web tool has determined that 70% of Obama's crowd includes fake followers. The New York Times even reports this in a story about how Twitter followers can be purchased. The practice has become so widespread that Status People, a social media management company in London, released a web tool last month called the Fake Follower Check that it says can ascertain how many fake followers you and your friends have. So they ran it on Obama's site. And 70% of his 18.8 million Twitter followers don't exist. Romney and Ryan in Michigan today, ladies and gentlemen, drawing a huge, huge crowd in Michigan. Oh, by the way, time for a little cold water. Rasmussen, Missouri. Romney now trailing by a point. over Obama. It's Aiken fallout. Aiken's at, he's 10 points down, and now it's becoming a drag on the Romney campaign, at least according to the polling data now in Missouri. Just say this USA Today story, all these fake Twitter followers. I'll bet you the same thing's true in all these polls that show Obama at 60% likability and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's stay focused. Romney and Ryan in Michigan. Big, big crowd. And here is Romney, I'm convinced, test driving something. I think this line is a test drive.
I love being home in this place where Ann and I were raised, where both of us were born. No one's ever asked to see my birth certificate. They know that this is the place that we were born and raised.
Okay, now yeah, right on this. You can imagine the media is in a tizzy. The media is in a tizzy. There's a tweet here from Jan Crawford at CBS at Romney event. 2 reactions to his birth certificate joke. Reporters gasped, and a crowd of thousands laughed and cheered. And there's another tweet. So this from a guy named Philip Rucker, who offers the context. This is Romney spoke of his birth certificate just minutes after Ryan reminded the crowd of Obama's '08 cling to guns and religion quote. So Ryan's out there talking about Obama and his bitter clinger quote, and Romney gets up to the microphone. It's his turn to speak, and he test drives that line about nobody has ever had to ask to see his birth certificate. I'm going to tell you what, I made a prediction for you. It's going to be fascinating to watch. The Obama bashing at the Republican convention is going to be delicious. It's going to be 5-star restaurant type stuff. I mean, you're going to love it. You are going to eat it up, all the Obama bashing. And I'll bet you what's happening right now is the networks are trying to figure out how they can avoid airing any of it. But it's going to be tough because, Christie is going to be out there. He'll be loaded for bear. They're going to go ahead and nominate Romney on Monday, by the way, instead of Wednesday, just to get it done because of the hurricane. Here's one more Romney bite from this afternoon. Commerce Township, Michigan.
We can compete with anyone in the world. We will compete. We will win. And by the way, if we do those 5 things, we'll create 12 million jobs and finally see a rise in take-home pay. And so from our standpoint, we don't want 4 years of what we just had. We want 4 years of what I just described, a brighter, more prosperous America with a strong and prosperous future.
I'm going to tell you, if Romney and Ryan win, we're not going to need to wait for calendar 2013 to see movement. If Romney and Ryan win, you're going to see immediate economic results. You're going to see immediate changes, positive changes. You wait. There are a lot of businesses that do have some money. They're sitting on it. They don't feel comfortable expanding. The more they make, the more that's going to be taken from them. And then taxes are going up. There's a lot of inactivity out there in the American private sector based simply on outrage and fear of what's in store if Obama wins another 4 years. But, this Obama bashing that's going to take place, let me put something in perspective for you. A lot of people, viewers, are going to hear it for the first time. They haven't heard Obama bashing before. The late night comedians don't tell Obama jokes. They're still out there saying there's nothing funny about the guy. And in a way, that's true. Narcissists are not particularly funny people. But they're covering for him. There's nothing really here. See here, there's no big joke here. There's a very serious guy, first black president. How in the world do we make jokes about that? So there hasn't been a whole lot of Obama criticism that the audience of the mainstream media has been exposed to. least not on their televisions, folks, not on their TVs. And I think people are going to love it. Just like this Dinesh D'Souza movie, 2016 Obama's America. This movie is going gangbusters. The Hollywood press is writing about this in a shocked and dismayed way. Overflow crowds. This movie is going to be on over 1,000 screens this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if Dinesh's movie is the third or maybe the second highest grossing box office movie of the weekend. Wouldn't be surprised. Number 3, I would not be surprised. And stop and think, it's a documentary. What's it up against? It's up against the Expendables 2. Oh, by the way, folks, I saw Expendables 2. You know, as a powerful, influential member of the media, I was sent my own personal copy by Sylvester Stallone. Did you see the Expendables? Did you like it? You remember it? The Expendables 2, it's over the top funny. It's got, a lot of violence in it, but it's not offensive violence. But you know what this thing really is? It's got Schwarzenegger is in it, Bruce Willis, Chuck Norris, what's it, Van Damme, right, Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's a stellar cast of all these guys who have played superheroes in previous movies, and there's a lot of inside baseball, inside joke, self-deprecating humor. In one instance, Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger driving around in one of these little smart cars. Schwarzenegger said, "My shoe is bigger than this car." And they're driving around an airport terminal shooting up bad guys. And Schwarzenegger says, "I'm back." And Willis says, "No, you're not back. You've been back too many times. My turn to be back." It is, you have a smile on your face the whole time watching this movie. It's camp, but the heroes, the winners, the good guys triumph over the bad guys. It's a movie that 20 years ago was common. American patriotism, good guys, tough guys, make no excuses for being tough guys, make no excuses for drinking beer, make no excuses for being guys. And they run out and they do whatever's necessary. As I say, some of the stuff, I mean, it's almost comic book in a way, that the violence, but it just adds to it. I got a kick out of it. Expendables 2. That and Dinesh's movie, they're going to be probably the box office attraction. But Dinesh's movie, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes in number 3. And people are seeing this that have never, ever been exposed to this kind of discussion or criticism or explanation, probably a better word, for who Obama is. Much better done than Michael Moore. Michael Moore's documentaries are filled with lies and deceit. This stuff is top to bottom, honest, thorough. If you haven't seen it, and you got nothing to do this weekend, I'd check it out. Yes, I've seen it, of course. I had my own private link to the movie long before it was even on DVD for the screeners out there. But the Expendables is just, it's fun. It's, I wouldn't call all these guys throwbacks, but some of them are. It's just, you can't help. Every good guy in this movie is a good guy. And they're all guys, and they make no excuses for it. And it's, as I say, it's some of the stunts and the violence are over the top and unbelievable, but it just adds to it. And nothing to dislike about it. Let me take a brief time out. We'll come back since it's Open Line Friday. Your phone calls are coming up, so stay where you are.